Greetings, everyone. I'm Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Of course, bringing you new album reviews all the damn time. Today we got a vinyl release, brand new reissue of this very obscure late 70s US prog album. It's from our folks over at PQR. We reviewed a bunch of their releases in the past. Here's another one. The band is from New Jersey. They're called Earthrise, and that is also the name of the album. All right. Let's take a look at the vinyl release here. This is, what do we got? 4 tracks on here. It's roughly about just 33 minutes long. It's a pretty short album, actually. We've got inside, as PQR generally does, they give you like a nice little inner sleeve, which has a biography of the band. All right. And they give you bonus tracks, but they don't put the bonus tracks on the album. So basically you have to kind of hit the QR code and then you can go get some additional tracks here, which, you know, again, a couple covers. For the purposes of this review, I have not listened to the stuff on the website through the QR code. But again, you got a bonus track, "Song for America" by Kansas, "Hoedown," ELP cover, a little improv, and then 2 little shorter tracks. So, and then here is a little bit of information on the band. Earthrise emerged from the musical vision of Bill Drobil, whose passion for music was ignited at the age of 12 when he began playing piano. By 14, he was teaching himself guitar, composing complex, multi-layered pieces using a reel-to-reel recorder, so on and so forth. In 75, Earthrise began rehearsals behind Bill's father's office in a storage space. The original lineup included Bill Drobil on keyboards, guitar, lead vocals, Paul Gerard Yakovet on bass and vocals, Ken Pirog drums and vocals, and Bobby Farrell Drobil vocals and engineering. This lineup eventually dissolved, giving rise to the second incarnation of the Earthrise, consisting of Bill Drobil on guitar, keyboards, vocals, Ken Pirog bass, guitar, and vocals, and Greg D. Donato on drums. And that is actually the lineup that had completed the album. So, okay, here, firmly rooted in progressive rock, Earthrise drew influence from the likes of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Kansas, and Chick Corea. Their sound reflected the genre's complexity and artistic ambition, but the musical climate of the late 70s was shifting. Punk, disco, and new wave dominated the charts, so on and so forth. Long story short, this band did not last, officially disbanded, and the rest goes down in history, right? So they say. So I do want to show you this, which is pretty cool. So it's amazing. Again, I'm not much of a vinyl guy anymore. I do have some. People send me vinyl to review. I don't really buy any on my own. But check that out. What do you call that? It looks like strawberry or raspberry jam, right? Vinyl. Very, very cool. I'm sitting here going around the turntable. I'm looking at it like, that's an awesome color, because I'm a big fan of the color in general, right? So this fully remastered. The album's fully remastered. Like I said, the 5 bonus tracks with the QR code. 200 copies in, I guess, red splatter vinyl or strawberry splatter vinyl. That's what it's called. And this is copy number 27 of 200. And you get the 2-page insert with the official bio of the band. Very cool artwork. I really like the album cover. It's kind of like a take on like the Roger Dean style. And then the 3 guys on the back. So 4 tracks. We got Eden's Child, 6:45. You've got Arcturus, 9:41. And that was side 1 of the original vinyl. Side 2 is Earthrise, 5 and change, 5:50, and New Clear Dawn, which is 11:06. So pretty short album. Tracks aren't all that long. You got 2 9-10 minutes long, and the others are like 6-5 minutes. To me, when I listen to this, it very much sounds like that that school of obscure U.S. prog. So think like Mirthrander and Cathedral and Yezda Urfa and like maybe Babylon, right? A couple of those other bands that kind of toiled around on the underground prog scene in the mid-late 70s. I kind of really dig this sort of thing. Again, it draws comparisons to the great British bands, which most of the U.S. bands were following at the time. To me, because it's kind of like a trio and it's very dominated by keyboards, mostly like Hammond organ and some Moog, you obviously can't get past the Emerson, Lake and Palmer comparisons, which is here in spots. But I also hear a lot of Camel in this music, minus like all the soaring guitar parts, right? So there's no like Andrew Latimer presence type of thing on this album. This is mostly keyboard dominated. You know, it lists that there is guitar on here. I don't hear all that much guitar, if any. Maybe a couple little spots, a little acoustic guitar in spots, but it is mostly very keyboard dominated. Bass work is really good. The drumming's really good. There are vocals. Vocals are nicely done. They're nothing spectacular, but they're nicely done. They kind of fit the style of music. They're very melodic, kind of laid back. And that's kind of where I get a little bit of the Camel stuff from. There's no like kind of Greg Lake style vocals, more like kind of what Latimer and Bardens were doing as far as vocals go with Camel. But the music is very relaxing. It's spacey in spots. There is a tiny bit of space rock element. I do hear some like of the more like Wind and Wuthering Genesis in spots. But so to me, a little bit of a Genesis influence, a lot of ELP, a little bit of Camel, kind of put them together. That's what you have here. It's very enjoyable. There's some really nice, I mean, for me, the highlight is the keyboard work. There's some really nice Hammond organ solos and like passages and like riffs and things like that. The Moog solos are really nicely done. I'm assuming that's a Moog he's playing or some sort of synthesizer. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. It's definitely of its era, which you know, is fine. I'm totally on board with it, and I like these kind of little oddities, these little things from the vaults, which I think is pretty cool. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I can tell you about this. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. It's really good, and it's available now. It's been reissued a few times. If you go look this up online, you'll see like other labels have reissued this in more recent times, but PQR is the latest to put this out here, and it's in a, like I said, it's in a nice package. I like this. The vinyl color is kind of cool and everything like that. So, but if you love the obscure 70s prog stuff, Rand Kelly, if you're watching, you probably need this if you don't already have it. Very cool stuff. As of right now, I believe it's only being reissued on vinyl. So if you're a CD guy, not much I can tell you there, but you might be able to find prior reissues on CD, but for now they're only releasing this on vinyl, so go check it out. I'll put the link to their website down below, and you can go give it a whirl. Like I said, there is a Bandcamp page available from a prior reissue where you can probably go listen to the whole thing, and I believe it's also on YouTube, so if you want to go check it out and investigate it first. But as you can see, you know, there are some lyrics, but this is mostly instrumental for the most part. But we do have on 2 of the tracks, you got some vocals, so nicely done. I like this. Going to give it a very solid 3.75 out of 5. So, like I said, if you love this sort of thing, these prog obscurities from the vaults, go check it out. Earthrise, self-titled, from the folks at PQR. Link down below. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options are all down there. Thanks everybody. Greatly appreciate your support, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.